Welcome to Being Human. Today's question is, what is the separation of powers? That which you hear, tied to the Constitution and the three different branches of government. Well, let me explain. The United States sure was founded in 1776, but the Constitution was not signed until 1787. And even when it was first signed, they still did not have all the terms in there yet as to what were the rights to be protected. So that's when the Federalist Papers came in. And the Federalist Papers were written by Alexander Hamilton, by James Madison, and John Jay. There were a total of 85 Federalist Papers, and these were written between 1787 and 1788. So Alexander Hamilton wrote 51 Federalist Papers. James Madison wrote 29 and John Jay wrote 5. And the architect of separation of powers was actually James Madison. James Madison knew that at the end of the day, these different branches had to exist to be able to protect individual freedoms, because if inherently men will always seek more power. So we had to build a check and balances system, and that was his intention. And in his Federalist Papers, he specifically said, since people in power naturally seek more power, each branch should check the power of the others. And that's how the three branches were born. And the three branches, of course, are the legislative branch, which is Congress, and they make the laws. Then there's the executive branch, which is the president and the administration, and they enforce the laws. And then there's the judicial branch, which is the U.S. Supreme Court, and they interpret the laws. And the most powerful of all three is actually Congress, right? Because Congress can write the laws. And then ultimately, with 2/3 power, even if they get vetoed by the president, they can override that veto. So they're the strongest there. And what's really cool is, not just were the separation of powers intended to protect individual freedoms, but so was federalism in general, right? So not just was Congress split up into two houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate, in order for approval, but the other security was federalism, meaning that states could also create their own laws as well, and federalism was separate from state laws. However, federalism was a check also on state laws, should they be unconstitutional, and that's how the U.S. Supreme Court plays a role as well. So I hope you understand a little bit more about separation of power.